Hey everybody, I'm gonna try something here. I've had a lot of people ask me since I posted that Leaving Louisiana video about my right hand, my strumming pattern, and I'll just tell you that for one, I don't really know what I'm doing. It's not something that I learned intentionally or consciously or anything like that. It just developed over time. But I learned from a guy that was a Delta blues player. So first thing he did was no picks, and so a lot of finger picking and a lot of thumb work, and and then I'm also a big bluegrass fan. I always loved banjo. I always wanted to be a banjo player. I never learned how. I'm not good at it. I've tried a lot, but I never could quite pick it up. But so I think somewhere, if I had to describe where it landed, it's probably somewhere between Delta blues and the clawhammer banjo would probably be the style. But real quick, I'll try. If when I try to describe this, I've tried this before, and when I think about it, it usually falls apart. If I think about it too much, and I have to really think about to describe it to you, I'm really having to think about it, and I'll tell you that when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking about it at all. In fact, if I try to think about it while I'm doing it, I can't do it anymore. But I'll break it down as best I can. Basically, the whole thing is I'm thinking about this guitar as a drum kit, and so my thumb is doing the work of the low end, so the kick drum and the bass. Wherever that would be happening in a rhythm section is what my thumb is doing. So that's my low end. That's my 1 and 3 as far as beats go. That would be my 1 and 3, or a 4 on the floor. Just whatever pattern the bass guitar and kick drum would be doing is what I'm doing with my thumb. And then I'm alternating that with I'm slapping the strings and the guitar, the body of the guitar and the strings at the same time. And when I do that, I'm slapping the string. I'm getting that. I'm hitting the guitar and getting the string slap in there. And so that's what it basically revolves around that. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And when I'm slapping, most of the time I'm slapping it and letting it bounce off. So I'm getting the tone of all the notes. So I'm doing, I would say most of it with just my thumb. And then outside of that, I only use these 2 fingers. I don't use the pinky finger. I have no idea why. The pinky finger usually sits on this bottom string and mutes that string, and I never touch the bottom string. Again, I have no clue why I do that. It's just something that happened. And I don't use the pointer finger at all. So I'm using these 3 fingers. So for that particular song, the pattern is it's bass, and then I'm taking this ring finger and I'm strumming up. And then I'm slapping, and then I'm using the middle finger and I'm strumming up. So it's bass, slap. And then as far as this hand, I'm just occasionally throwing in a little bass note, and whatever I would be doing on the bass is what I'm doing with my thumb. So. For that kind of groove music like that song is, I'm staying on the one note. I'm not alternating because I like that. It's that 1 chord blues style. So for that song, we're married to a running with a traveling man. But again, it's just kind of alternating. That's 80% of it is bass, bass, slap, bass, slap. That's just my thumb. I just throw these other fingers in for accent. But it works. It can do it with all kinds of different styles. That's more of a groove thing. If I was doing a country thing, I would do the exact same thing, but I'm alternating my bass notes and changing the groove a little bit. But so for a country thing, it would be. But it's still the same thing. Then for more of a bluegrass thing, it would I'm doing exactly the same thing, but I'm doing a lot more rolls with this. So it'd be like, but I'm throwing the rhythm part back in, so it'd be I think about it. So it'd be like. again, it's just, that's 90% of it. And because I'm slapping those strings and letting it ring, it sounds like there's a lot going on with those bottoms, with the, the strings on the top end, when I'm not even really touching them, just letting them kind of ring out. Then I just throw the other two fingers in for whatever I want that rhythm pattern to be. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to describe, especially it's hard to think about because I'll lose it. But yeah, it's as close as I can get to explaining it. I hope that helps.